Bill, you can't do this to me.
Scared the shit out of me.
Son of a bitch. You know that this is still a raw, open nerve for me. It's a raw and open nerve for me.
I'm sorry.
And I'm so sad about it still.
You'll be okay.
I look.
The great movie
You got
ride.
a cool shirt.
It's the great movie ride. Yeah.
You got a cool shirt.
I do. I got a cool.
My favorite ride clothes, and I got a fucking T-shirt.
Yeah, right.
That he wears all the time.
I do wear all the time. I love that.
It's a great shirt.
It is a great shirt. The next time I go back, I'm just gonna stand in front of the Chinese theater and just weep openly.
Kind of like a lot of people did with the Norway thing turning into Frozen.
Yeah. Just ugly cry in front of it. But a grown man weeping over a fucking ride. Yeah. Here's the thing. Both of those are exactly the same because the original rides, not good. Not good anymore.
Right.
I can objectively say that the Great Movie Ride was not a good ride.
You know what it was good for? Nice.
Nostalgia.
Getting out of the sun.
Yeah.
Getting out of the fucking sun. Being able to sit down, maybe take a nap because you've seen it so many times.
Right.
Just kind of cock your head over and be like...
It's like the Hollywood Studios version of the Carousel of Progress.
Yeah, kind of like it's way better.
And there's fighting words right there.
Yeah,
that is great every time.
I do love it. It's like a nice 20-minute break in the AC.
I love Carousel of Progress. Now, if you said Hall of Presidents, you'd be a little more accurate.
Yeah.
But even though their brand new transformation is very American.
To be fair,
I
the
gotta see it.
last 3 times I've been there, the Hall of Presidents was closed. So.
Yeah.
I went for the first time since I was a child on this trip, only because everything else was 2 hours. And I'm like, we did our fast passes, and it was the day after Christmas, and I'm like, literally, the People Mover had over an hour wait.
Oh my God!
Brutal.
Okay, that's what I used as an example. And I'm like, what are we gonna do? Okay, well, there's the Hall of Presidents, and then the Carousel of Progress. We'll get our picture in front of the castle and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, well, that's why the best part about being an adult is the next time I go is probably going to be at a time when children just get back from vacation.
Yeah, this was a one and done for us. I think we talked about.
Yeah, we've talked
about
it.
So we don't have to really recap it, but I can check off going to Disney on Christmas off my bucket list and put it in the closet and never open it again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're over that.
Second week in September is very nice.
Right, that's kind of what I'm aiming at.
You're getting around that food and wine time. The kids are all in school. Yeah, that's a sweet spot for the no kid family.
Yeah, and that's gonna be real fun. But last night, the 90th anniversary of the Academy Awards.
I love the Oscars.
I do.
By the way, this is That Movie Show.
Hi, welcome into That Movie
Mike
Show.
Wendt, Liam Stryker.
Hi, everybody.
We are again terrible at just intros, but we're going to get there eventually.
We will.
We'll figure something out. But yeah, I love the Oscars. Yeah. I really do. It's such, and I don't give it. It's one of those things. I know it's long.
Yeah.
Okay. But I know it's long.
Right.
Okay. People that bitch about, oh, it's so fucking long. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Nobody's sitting there forcing you to watch this gratuitous jerk-off fest.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's forcing you to watch an award show. So saying it's long is just you not going to bed.
Right.
You literally, especially in this day and age, where you can wake up the next morning before you even get out of bed, pick up your phone, and watch all the acceptance speeches on YouTube.
Right.
They're all there.
Or you could have just DVR'd it and watched it at your leisure.
There's that, too.
You could watch it at your leisure.
Too. So, but I love it. I really do. You know, and it's just, it's one of those things because having grown up always loving movies. I mean, this show didn't happen by accident.
Right.
Okay? The
Right.
Oscars were always a fun night. And this year, I think especially because I especially the last week, I actively tried to get
everything done,
as many of the best pictures in as I could, as many of the movies that were nominated as I could. And I'm so glad I did.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I did.
Yeah, because there's so many good ones.
They're great movies.
There were only 2 that I wasn't able to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2. Looking at the best pictures,
Yep.
Phantom Thread and The Shape of Water.
You know what? Same exact thing here. And it was funny because yesterday on the Wicked Bites radio show, we were talking Best Picture, and I called it. I never get this right.
Yeah.
Because I always go with my gut. And my gut was telling me Get Out.
Yeah.
Was going to be Best Picture. But I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the list, and I had seen almost all of them. And I'm like, you know what? I think The Shape of Water is going to win.
Yeah.
But years from now, we'll be talking about what was that movie that beat Get Out.
Right.
I think Get Out is going to be the one that stands the test of time.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like, what beat it? It didn't win that year. What the hell beat it? That's going to be the conversation.
Right. It's funny because both The Shape of Water and Phantom Thread, I really didn't have any interest in.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Guillermo del Toro.
He's hit or miss with me. Some people love him and they're very like everything he does is gold. But I'm like, okay, he's all right.
Yeah, well,
these movies sometimes. Here's one thing I was really kind of pissed about with Guillermo del Toro. A couple years, maybe whenever the
Pacific Rim.
Nope, not Pacific Rim. Crimson something. It was basic, and once I say it, you'll understand. God, let me find it. So basically, a few years back. He got the rights to direct a Haunted Mansion movie.
Okay.
And he was going to go extremely dark with it. And he had artwork made up. I'm sure if you Google, you can find it. And let me see. And what ended up happening was basically Disney got cold feet. They were looking at what he was planning, and it just...
Was this before the Eddie Murphy one?
This is after. This was literally only a few years back.
Gotcha.
Eddie Murphy did that one too.
Yikes.
But no, he did. He had artwork all drawn up for it and what he was planning to do and all this other stuff. And they kind of just got cold feet. They couldn't pull the trigger on going so fucking dark on it.
Okay.
So they took it away from him, and they haven't redone it. And basically, what he did, Crimson Peak. 2015.
Okay.
And what he did was this movie Crimson Peak. And if you watch it thinking about this being a dark Haunted Mansion movie, you absolutely see it.
Okay.
You will absolutely be like, okay, maybe if they just changed a few things, I could absolutely watch this as a Haunted Mansion movie.
Yeah. My issue with Guillermo del Toro is he's a much better version of Tim Burton.
Yeah.
I don't like Tim Burton at all.
I haven't in so many years.
Right.
So many. I used to love his movies.
Yeah.
He went off the rails.
The biggest crime in cinema is that somehow A Nightmare Before Christmas is a Tim Burton movie. Like, that's the biggest crime in cinema, where it's like... Tim Burton just slapped his name on it as an executive producer.
Okay.
He didn't direct that movie.
But it almost became his signature for a while because, what was it, The Corpse Bride was almost the same type of thing. A lot of that became his style.
But yeah, he was just a producer on that movie. He didn't direct it. Somebody else directed it.
You know, I think I honestly thought that he directed it.
Yeah. Henry Selick directed that. Burton.
What has Henry Selick done?
I'm going to look it up right now. Tim Burton wrote it, but he did not direct that movie.
Because this could be one of those instances where Henry Selick was just hired to turn the camera on and Tim Burton actually directed it.
Yeah, so
he just didn't want to be there every day.
He did. He did After Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep.
James and the Giant Peach, Monkey Bone, Coraline, and then
Monkey Bone was a fucked up movie too.
Yeah, so so was Coraline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah.
So that was kind of in his wheelhouse.
It was in his wheelhouse. But yeah, Tim Burton just wrote it.
All right, fair enough.
You know what I mean? It's just like, that's weird.
But I mean, I like Tim Burton movies. I mean, not in the last few years.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think he's done some great stuff. I mean, before Christopher Nolan, he'd done the only good Batman movie.
That's
true.
Think
about that, you know.
Yeah.
I loved Ed Wood. I think Ed Wood is a great movie.
Yeah, and but it's just. Well, I guess my point is that
it's just recent Tim Burton,
right? But it's more style over substance.
Yeah,
and that's how I feel like Guillermo del Toro has more substance in his movies, but they're all so weird and out there that sometimes I'm not into it.
Yeah, I mean, he's hit or miss with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one, Shape of Water won. But yeah, I Get Out. I mean, it was one of those ones. I think that was everybody's favorite. But I also feel a lot of people loved Get Out, not because of what the movie was, but because it was the most readily available.
Oh yeah,
it came out a year ago, had a decent release, and it's been on HBO every day for the last 2 weeks.
Right, and it was it was the most mainstream.
I mean, it was
all of them.
Between that and Dunkirk for theater runs.
Right.
I couldn't tell you when Shape of Water came out. I saw a trailer for it. It's got to be out this week or something.
It's out.
Something like that. I watched. Yesterday, before the show, I bypassed the usual, red carpet bullshit, and I dug in and I watched 3 Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri, and Lady Bird.
Yeah. 3
Billboards is a fucking amazing movie. I was floored by the performances, by the story. The movie was I posted on social media. It's like there are reasons that movies get nominated for Best Picture, and this is a great example.
Right.
Like
it was so
amazing.
Good.
Sam Rockwell crushed every fucking scene he was in.
Right. He definitely deserved his Oscar.
Absolutely. And Lady Bird, I liked. Yeah, I liked Lady Bird. But I think, and it might have something to do with the fact that the night before, I watched The Florida Project.
Okay.
And I liked that more.
Yeah.
And I feel The Florida Project is probably the biggest
So I
snub.
didn't see The Florida Project.
You should definitely watch it.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenal movie. And it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like they take those Florida colors and it's shot on 35 millimeter. It looks amazing.
Okay.
But for me, it embodies why it's one of those things that embodies why we watch movies.
Okay.
It's a story mostly about these children. They live in this like budget shitty motel.
Yeah.
About just outside in the shadows of Walt Disney World, if you will.
Okay.
So it's in that theme.
And it's when it was just being built, right?
Oh no, it's present day.
Oh, it's present day.
It takes place. It's named after obviously the Florida Project was
right.
Walt's.
Okay.
Walt's.
I thought it was
name.
a period piece.
No, not at all.
And by period, I mean like 1950 something.
No, but there is a period gag in it.
Oh, okay.
So there's that.
Oh, great.
But yeah, it's like it's shown through the eyes of these kids and how even though they come from they're poor, their mom's a whore and a stripper and just all these just shitty families that normally would be like ugh type of thing. These kids go out and play every day and use their imagination, and it's like they make the best day possible. Like they can't go to the animal kingdom, but there's cows grazing in the back, so they go on their safari.
Okay.
They can't go on the haunted mansion, but they go and they root around in abandoned condos and stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So it's just I'm watching. I'm like, fuck, this is a great movie that not getting, and especially in a year where there's 9 Best Picture nominations,
right? There's
no reason this or even I, Tonya could have been number 10.
Well, right, because I mean, for the past couple of years, it's been 10, so it was
Right.
kind of shocking that they didn't go back for the 10.
And I'm not sitting there saying that if the Florida Project was nominated, it would have won.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have.
Just
But
give
for
it the
me,
nod.
It's one of those movies that isn't going to get a lot of attention because of how small it is.
Right. By saying that it's a Best Picture nominee, people will seek it out.
Now, Willem Dafoe was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for it.
Right.
But that's not going to push people. Like, I mean, people go out specifically to what, like, even like me. The last, yesterday I watched 2 of them just to get those Best Picture nominees under your belt, type of thing. So it's like, oh, if this was nominated, people would have seeked it out. And it's available on demand everywhere.
So there was a lot. So kind of bringing it back to the awards show.
Yes.
Do you think that there was a lot being made of Black Panther? Do you think that Black Panther has a shot to be nominated for Best Picture at the 91st? No. Really? Not even in that same way? Because I do think that it won't be the best movie of the year, but I do think it might get that 9th or 10th Best
I don't
Picture
know.
nomination.
I guess the rest of the year is going to have to show us what they have. But I think it's fresh in everybody's mind. It just came out.
Right.
It's the pretty girl at the prom right now. So that's what everybody's talking about. It also helped get into a lot of conversations that would have been otherwise very difficult to get into.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, maybe has a Marvel movie been nominated yet?
No,
not a one.
No, I think like Thor and maybe the Avengers, The Avengers might have won special effects.
Okay, but
nothing,
for that stuff,
yeah,
it's
nothing,
no major ones.
Yeah, the closest any Marvel movie has ever gotten was Robert Downey Jr. was nominated for Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
That's about as close as we've gotten.
He didn't win that year, did he?
No, because he went up against Heath Ledger.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So,
one guy died, the other one went in blackface. Which way are you going to go?
Yeah,
you know?
I know, right? It's crazy.
He again, absolutely deserved it.
Yeah, we talked about that. Watch the Dark Knight episode.
Yeah.
But I have loved Jimmy Kimmel as the host of the Oscars.
I like him. But I feel there's... Well, I've had my favorite over the last 2 years, and now I have my new favorites. I've said, because I watched the Independent Spirit Awards on IFC.
Okay.
It's on Saturday afternoons on IFC, like the day before the Oscars.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
It's awesome. It's such a fun award show. And basically, you can just take the first few words of Francis McDormand's speech from the IFC one, which is, "I'm so happy to be here because now I can say the word fuck on TV."
Okay.
It's IFC. They have fun with it. There's bottles of Bullet bourbon on all the table. It's a hoot. But the last 2 years, the hosts have been John Mulaney and Nick Kroll.
Oh my God!
And they fucking crush it. Of
course they did.
Crush it. And I'm like, last year I sent a tweet out. I'm like, they need to host every award show forever.
I didn't know that was an option.
I'm like, oh my God, they hosting again, and they crushed it again. Now, that being said...
Bill, have you seen Oh Hello on Broadway?
I tried watching it. I couldn't get into it.
Oh, it's so fun.
I got to watch the rest of it.
Yeah, you got to watch all of it. It's very fun.
Commit to it. It's very, very funny.
It was slow at the beginning.
It is.
But after last night... I have my 1A. They're my number one choice to host every award show. My second, Maya Rudolph and Tiffany Haddish.
They were good.
They were awesome. Like I could watch the two of them host award shows for like next year.
Yeah, okay.
Like it looks like a bunch of fun. And I feel for some reason, even though the Anne Hathaway James Franco experiment didn't really work, the two host thing seems to always work. The Amy Poehler, Tina Fey thing.
Yeah, I think the reason that didn't work is that...
Especially comedy duos.
Right. They don't hang out, right? Like Anne Hathaway and James Franco didn't hang out.
And Franco was really high.
Really, really high. But, like Kroll and Mulaney... They hang out.
That's their thing.
And that's why that works.
It so works.
That's
seriously,
why Poehler and Tina Fey works.
Go and Google their monologues for the last 2 years for the Independent Spirit Awards. It's fucking awesome.
I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to see it because I love those guys.
You will absolutely love it. But, I mean, Jimmy Kimmel's good. He's good. He's safe. He's functional.
Right.
He's on the network.
Yeah. Right.
All the things that kind of make you a host nowadays.
Yeah.
Corden kind of has his thing sealed up with the other thing because what does he do? He does
he's CBS.
Emmys?
He does the Emmys.
Okay, so he has that because he's CBS. So it's like that whole thing.
And the Tonys. I think he did the Tonys.
Yeah. That too.
Same thing, but he's
NPH
also
wasn't available.
Well, he's NPH did like 5 years in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
And so something like that. I love NPH.
Absolutely.
Maybe give him a shot at the Oscars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give him a shot at the Oscars.
He hasn't done it.
No, I don't think he has.
He'd be wonderful at it.
He was fantastic as the host at the Tonys.
See, I haven't watched the Tonys Awards.
Oh, just watch.
But I mean, there's very little that he does that I'm not like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, right. You're just on board.
Yeah.
And so I just love Kimmel. One, I thought it was the funniest thing where at the beginning of the show, he goes, look, here's the deal. You can get up here, you can say whatever you want for as long as you want.
Yep.
But we are going to be doing a contest.
Yep.
And whoever has the shortest speech wins. And then they get the Price is Right guy to do a brand new Wave
And it's
Runner.
fucking Helen Mirren presenting it. It was fantastic with the jet ski. And I loved that everyone was having so much fun with it.
Right.
Like almost every person that got up referenced the fucking jet ski.
Right.
Like, all right, got to set my time. You're fucking up my jet ski.
Yeah, right.
It was, and then it came back at the end.
Well, and the best part was, I also liked that it was, what was it, the costume designer? Is he the one who won it?
I believe so.
His speech was like 30 seconds.
It was the costume designer, for...
Phantom Thread.
Yes.
Which, here's the deal. If you're the costume designer for the movie about costume designing...
You better fucking win.
You better win.
Yeah.
You better win. But yeah, I think that it should have been... I would have loved to have seen somebody get up there who's won it before, because obviously you don't want to take that moment away from somebody it's their first time.
Right.
And go, thank you, whatever.
Just pull a Dirk Diggler. Thanks.
Yeah, right. Just get up
and walk away.
Thanks. I'm gonna get that jet ski, and then just leave.
Thanks.
You know, there were two bits that they didn't do that I wish. That one, and then at the end of Jordan Peele's speech, they should have sent out the guy from Get Out to scream Get Out
again.
Out. Yeah. Because
they had him earlier too.
They had him earlier.
And yeah, let's run down some winners.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
So of course, Shape of Water won Best Picture. They got the big one. Kicked off the night with
Best Supporting
Actor.
Sam Rockwell
Crushed it. Absolutely deserved it.
Yeah.
And especially after watching that, like I was so impressed with him. Just the little nuances he was doing.
Right.
The scene where they have Frances McDormand, they just arrested her, and it's the two of them in the interrogation room, and she just picks him apart so quick, and he has all that inner rage and tension. It's like he went from just kind of leaning on the back of the wall to all of a sudden he's sweating, he's just panting, he's a complete mess. Absolutely, just fucking brilliant.
You know, and it's great that someone like that ends up winning an Oscar, because I absolutely love him in everything that he's been in.
Agree.
You know, you look at movies that he's been in, like Moon. Moon was so good. Yeah. And then shit,
even going back to stuff like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Right.
He was fantastic in it. Matchstick Men, he was fantastic, and he's against fucking Psycho Cage. You know, he's against one of the nickiest cages of cages, you know?
Yeah, and he was able to pull it off. And then he was also Justin Hammer in the second Iron Man movie.
You're right.
And he just like, you like the bird? Get the bird.
Get the bird.
We'll give you the bird.
His bird.
Get him his bird. But he was so good. He's a phenomenal actor, and you really like to see those guys kind of succeed. One thing that he never gets enough credit for, in a very underrated movie in general, is he plays the red shirt in Galaxy Quest.
Yes, he does.
Galaxy Quest is such a good movie.
Galaxy Quest is great.
And he plays the guy that died in like one of the episodes, and he doesn't let it go. He's phenomenal.
What another fun thing, kind of along the lines of what I mentioned about Crimson Peak. If you now watch it under the guise of Haunted Mansion, you'll see stuff.
Right.
One of the fun things about Galaxy Quest was how Galaxy Quest originally was an R-rated movie.
Okay.
And they chopped a bunch of shit out to make it PG-13, including the through story of Tony Shalhoub's character being this huge pothead.
Okay.
And watch it again under the guise of he is stoned in every scene. And you're like, holy, because he's always just sitting there munching on stuff. And
that's why he
completely spaced out. And even in one scene, Sam Rockwell looks at him and goes, are you high right now?
Right.
It was one of those things that just got chunked out of it because they wanted to PG-13
Yeah,
up.
okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, fun fucking movie.
It also makes sense why he ends up hooking up with the alien.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's just always just kind of like, yeah, okay, let's have some fun with this, man.
Yeah.
You know? Best Actress, Frances McDormand, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
she's cleaned up.
She definitely deserved it. She was great. She carries that movie, and it's one of those performances that you look at and you're like, I don't know if that movie's the same without you in it.
Yeah, absolutely not.
You know, but yeah, so that's how I feel about that.
Best Actor, Gary Oldman. This is like a career achievement award.
It was.
You know,
it was.
You could pick any one of his movies.
Yeah, there was nothing about any of the people that were nominated that like stuck out this year.
I would say except Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, I would say he was the only one, but I don't like.
I mean, you put Daniel Day-Lewis in a movie, it's almost like you can put, Academy Award nominated right on the poster before it's even signed.
Yeah, Daniel Day-Lewis annoys me. It's like, hey man, I don't care if you spent I don't care if you spent 6 months learning how to be a tailor. Like I don't really like that didn't affect your performance like at all. So I don't care. Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya probably would be the only other person, but yeah, Gary Oldman kind of got that, that greatest, lifetime achievement award over Kaluuya just because this is his first nomination.
Right.
And so look for whatever movie that Kaluuya ends up like.
Yeah, seriously, him and Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Look for their next movie. Let me see, where are we here? Best Supporting Actress. So happy Allison Janney won.
Yeah,
I loved I, Tonya. I thought any one of them could have won the award. Again, it was a huge snub. It wasn't for Best Picture. But any one of them could have, and I'm glad she did. And she also got the Golden Globe for this as well. So it's kind of like, it was weird because it wasn't hard to predict the winners of this.
No.
And sometimes there's a sneaky one or two in there, but even as far as yesterday, and it's like I hadn't seen Shape of Water. I'm like, yeah, Shape of Water is going to win, even though we're going to talk about Get Out years from now.
Yeah, I think that's the only one that actually has staying power of the actual ones.
Yeah, I'm sure Dunkirk will stick around. I mean, it was big enough. It's one of those things that the bitch of Dunkirk is. And I said this on the radio yesterday. It's like, it's a sin to not see it in theaters, and I haven't yet.
Yeah.
I've missed it. The Somerville Theater was showing it in 70 millimeter. I tried 3 times, and just something always came up. And, I was pissed at myself. And now it's going to be out in like Blu-ray next week or something like that. So I'll probably end up watching it at home.
Bill just pointed my attention to this. Jordan Peele tweeted out a picture of his Emmy and his Oscar with the caption that said, "This is exactly what it looked like watching my wife give birth," which is very fun. Very fun.
Okay, so here's something. I don't know if you guys, speaking of Frances McDormand, did you hear about the story about the guy stealing her award at the after party?
No.
Somebody stole her fucking Oscar? Yep. And I love this story.
Harvey!
First of all, let me get out there. She has her Oscar back, and the guy got thrown in jail.
Yeah, of course.
So, guy was at the governor's ball. He had a ticket. He was allowed to be there. Stole her Oscar, and then started posting Facebook videos of him acting like the award was his. So having people take pictures with his award, and he kept calling it his award, blah, 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 blah. Well,
idiots.
Yeah. Guess what happened next?
They found him very quickly.
They found him very quickly, got arrested, and had a $20,000 bail put on him.
Yeah, of course. What a dumbass.
Yeah, hilarious. I would pull the guy's name, but I just don't have it in front.
It's okay. It's all right. It doesn't
Terry
really
Bryant.
matter.
There it is. Terry Bryant was arrested for grand theft after he took the statue at the governor's ball.
What an idiot.
Yep.
What an... Like, you have to know that that's going to bite you.
Yeah.
Like, you know why... You know why you get away with stuff? Is when you don't brag about it.
Right. You don't immediately start going Facebook Live with your stolen merchandise.
Right.
Especially when it's a fucking Oscar.
Yeah.
And you're still at the party.
Yeah, right?
He's literally like, I'm at the governor's ball. This is my Oscar. Yeah. And having people come over, congratulate me. Aren't you going to congratulate me for my Oscar? And
right.
Why wouldn't you? Because not everybody's keeping track of every seamstress that fucking won an Oscar.
Right,
you know
and
what I mean?
that's the thing. It's like, you probably won a minor technical award that isn't actually shown.
Yeah.
Which brings me to a point.
Go on.
How come that's not live streamed somewhere?
They actually put them up on YouTube. It's on the Academy's YouTube page. The actual awards. I don't. It's something that why not?
See, the thing is, it's just like
my guess is it's just some kind of a cost thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But at this point, it's just like because I do know enough of these people.
Sure.
Where it's like, hey man, there's enough aspiring grips out there that would love a grip and gaffer award.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that would watch that.
They should, for all the people behind the scenes, they should make an award for them, and I don't know, they could call it like the Warrior Award. Shit.
Yeah. Ooh, yikes.
But yes, I agree. Those guys should all be recognized, absolutely.
But it's just like you have the award. You have the award show. Like you have the ceremony. Just set up a couple of cameras.
Well, and now they do. And like I said, they do tape it. Then they put it up later. I think the whole going live thing might just complicate. Because they want to just kind of, just churn it out.
Right, but again,
because then all of a sudden, because you know what will happen? It'll become, first it's a live streaming thing. Then all of a sudden they're going to need a host, and they're going to need to do this, and they're going to make a big to-do out of it. Now there's montages on that fucking show, and it's like...
And so, and now all of a sudden this is Oscars Part 1.
Yeah, exactly. And now everybody's bitching, did you see how long the technical awards show was last night? I had to stay up till fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. You don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Speaking of which, montages were phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought it was so funny, though, that they had montages the entire night.
Yep.
But then the one award that is strictly about how a movie looks, they didn't have a montage.
Yeah.
The montage before, there wasn't a montage before Best Cinematography.
Montage.
And that should have been the only one that had one.
But yeah, and especially the one celebrating the 90 years thing.
Yeah.
I was so happy. Right at the end, they kind of snuck it in right at the end. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was included. I'm like, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Because, stuff like that, you always see the horror, The Exorcist getting thrown out there. The Halloween's getting, all the classics always. But it's like, that one always, that's like the dirty little step kid that doesn't get included in anything. And it's awesome when it does.
Yeah.
Also on that, a similar note, I couldn't have been the only one that see it. The Outlook Hotel fucking commercial that ran.
Oh, yeah.
The Overlook Hotel.
Overlook, yeah.
The Overlook Hotel. Not only was that hilarious, absolutely loved it. Have you tried calling the number?
No.
Oh, yeah. You get the Overlook Hotel reservation line.
That's amazing.
And you can just sit there for like an hour listening to their hold. They come in. It's fit. Call the fucking number.
Okay.
Please call the number. It's awesome. I tweet. I put it on all the social media. It's on the Facebook page for That Movie Show. That Movie Show. Facebook.com/ThatMovieShowTV. So check out that commercial and please call the number. What else won? We said
so Blade Runner 2049 won Best Cinematography.
Mm-hmm. Guillermo del Toro won for Best Director.
Guillermo del Toro won for Best Director.
That was probably out of all of them, that was probably the most stacked card. That was probably the toughest one to call.
Yeah.
Because I think most people were expecting Greta Gerwig.
I thought so too. I thought it was going to be Greta Gerwig. They're never going to give it. They weren't going to give it to Jordan Peele first shot out.
Right.
Especially with Nolan and Anderson and the fact that Gerwig was nominated.
Right.
So as deserving as Jordan Peele was, he was never going to win it because all of the political factors were stacked against him, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that, that's one of those tough conversations to have.
Right.
But it's a pain in the ass. First thing I did, of course you wake up, you go on Twitter and blah, blah, blah. The negative reaction to some of that social commentary type of shit, like the Gary Oldman thing. First of all, now granted, I can't keep track of all the horrible things that people have done in the world.
Yeah.
I didn't know Gary Oldman was one of these guys.
Yeah.
I must have missed the press release that Gary Oldman was, allegedly accused of whatever the fuck he was allegedly accused of. But yeah, that was dominating Twitter. The other one that kind of really annoyed me was people were upset with Sam Rockwell because he won, but didn't recognize domestic violence in his speech.
Okay.
Because the theming of the movie, 3 Billboards. Now, I loved his speech.
Right.
Because he was an actor who just won the biggest award you can win for acting.
Yes.
And that's how he acted. He acted like a guy who had just literally gotten his dream.
Yeah.
You got into acting, you dreamed your entire life. And he came right out and said, first I'd like to thank the Academy. Those are words I never thought I'd get to say.
Yeah, right.
That's a guy who just is living out his dream. To try to put a social commentary into it, it's like not everything has to be a fucking message.
Right, and that's the thing too. And
it's not his place.
This is an excellent award. This is an excellence award. Not everything is a political speech.
Seriously.
Because this is being recognized by your peers. And it should have I don't need you to talk about domestic violence because at the end of the day, it's not about domestic violence. No. It's about your performance in this piece of cinema.
And that's not why I'm watching either.
Right.
Okay, so you got this platform, and if it's your thing,
then do it.
There's plenty of them that did it.
Right.
There's plenty of people who are really socially active who take that platform, and that's what they go with. Yeah. But that wasn't, he was literally a dude.
Frances McDormand.
Yeah. And again, I've loved all of her fucking acceptance speeches.
Right.
I think she is awesome.
Well, and the thing is that
especially that she literally made everybody Google at the end of her speech.
Yeah, here's a prime example. It's because it's who she is,
right,
and it's real.
That's her gimmick.
Right?
That's what she does.
If Sam Rockwell got up there and then also said some stuff, it would come off contrived, and it wouldn't come off genuine.
Oh, by the way, let me get this in so people won't bitch at me on Twitter.
Yeah,
it's like he was just a fucking dude who won an award for what he's been doing his entire life.
Right.
Not everybody, seriously, it's just that one kind of bugged the shit out of me because of that.
Probably the biggest surprise of the night is the fact that Kobe Bryant is now an Academy Award winner.
Okay, that...
I didn't even know he was nominated.
There's so many levels to this one. First of all, yeah, Kobe Bryant, first of all, is nominated for a fucking Oscar.
Yeah, and won.
And then he wins for a cartoon basketball
documentary short thing.
But that wasn't even the weirdest part about all this.
Yeah.
He was given his Oscar by Luke fucking Skywalker.
I know.
I mean,
while BB-8 is standing right there.
What is happening to this world?
Yeah, I know. Also,
you want to talk about fucking travesty?
You want to talk about travesty? Here, think about this, right? We live in a world where Kobe Bryant and Eminem are both Oscar winners. Jesus. But we also live in a world where Alfred Hitchcock is not. Alfred Hitchcock never won an Academy Award, and Kobe Bryant and Eminem have one.
At the very
and 3 6 Mafia.
That's where I was going to go. But at the very least, Eminem 3 6 Mafia. At least theirs was for a song.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Right.
I mean, Kobe Bryant. What did he? Okay.
What did you do?
What did he do?
What did you do?
What did he do?
I don't know.
It won for best animated short, right?
Yeah, I want to say he had some story.
It was elements. It was a letter to the game of basketball that ended up being animated into a short.
So he wrote it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and so he wrote the letter. Somebody came up and was like, "I want to make this an animated thing," and then they did.
Fucking bizarre.
I know. It's just weird. It's just such a weird thing. And then I also want to talk about, because we just talked about musical performances. Mm-hmm. Those were terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know when they started doing that, where they actually started like having the performances.
Oh, they've been doing it for a long
They've been doing it for a long time. I think it's whenever they switched over.
They've never been great.
No, but I think that it's since they've shifted over to the format where you can't just like have a song that's popular. Mm-hmm. Like you can't just take like Stronger by Kelly Clarkson and throw it in there. Like I think it has to be made for the movie.
Well, yeah, I mean it's best original song and best original score.
Right, but they changed the format a little bit so that when the song has to like be in the movie as opposed to like be a song that's played in the movie.
Oh yeah.
So like you can have and this.
I always thought that's how it was.
No, they like it used to be like you could have had Redbone's "Come and Get Your Love."
Okay.
Like if that was a new song
just in the movie,
and that was just in Guardians of the Galaxy, that would qualify.
Interesting.
And because it was just a movie it was a song that was popular, and then
the only time a musical performance on the Oscars has ever stood out to me was when Robin Williams performed "Blame Canada" from the South Park movie.
Amazing.
Because that was nominated that year. And I'm like, that's the only reason that this category should exist, is to have Robin Williams perform a South Park song.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
sounds about right.
Seriously.
If my memory serves me right, I think Angela Lansbury did Beauty and the Beast in 1991 at the Oscars.
Probably.
Okay, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
I also... Yeah, fun fact. The worst of the performances was for original song, at least in my opinion, was the one that won. Mm-hmm. The Remember Me from Coco.
Have you seen the movie?
I haven't seen the movie.
Okay.
I
still haven't seen the movie.
The guy who sang first was the actor that was in the movie.
Okay, that explains everything, because he was terrible. Yeah. He was terrible.
The guy who came out after with the woman sang like the pop version.
Okay, see, that makes all of the sense, because that part was way better. I also loved the "This Is Me" from The Greatest Showman. Mm-hmm. I did love that, but I remember looking at him and go, "You're in this movie and you're the bearded lady, aren't you?" And then they showed the montage.
Fucking hell.
And then it was just like, oh yeah, no, she was the bearded lady.
Coco also won Best Animated Feature, which is like, if you're going up against a Disney movie, especially an original Disney animated movie, you might as well just tap out.
Well, you look. I got to pull up the rest of them, but
poor Ferdinand.
Yeah,
Ferdinand, Boss Baby.
So Ferdinand, I didn't even see. Didn't care. We watched Boss Baby, right, Bill?
No,
we never. I
saw the Honest trailer.
Now, Ferdinand is the
Boss Baby.
Ferdinand's John Cena playing a cow, right?
The bull.
Yeah, the bull.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. And Boss Baby, I've seen the trailer.
I've seen Boss Baby.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's like sitting on Netflix. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember where I saw it, but I remember. Maybe
Jay is vehemently against watching it.
I want to say. I don't remember, but Boss Baby. Yeah, that movie was okay.
Okay.
It wasn't the worst.
Best original screenplay, Get Out. Finally, Jordan Peele got up to get his acceptance speech, which, fine. Awesome.
Yeah.
But again, that was a tough one because you were up against Lady Bird. Big Sick is giant for this category.
Yeah, that card, the best original screenplay,
3 Billboards,
was stacked as well because all of them deserved to be there. When Shape of Water, this was one of those categories to me where it's like, oh, whoever wins original screenplay. Yeah. And the person who doesn't is going to win. Right. So when Get Out won, I was like, well, Get Out's not winning Best Picture. Right. And I thought it was going to be 3 Billboards.
I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, okay, they gave this one to Get Out. The Shape of Water got picture and director.
Yeah.
3 Billboards got all the acting.
Right.
So shockingly, Lady Bird got like
nothing. And that was shocking.
Shocking.
Yeah. Because it was good.
It was a good movie. And it's like so... like a 2018 winner type of movie. It's like, this is one that's like that. If people wanted to make a statement, if you will, this is the movie to do that with. You mentioned briefly the best cinematographer, Roger Deakins for Blade Runner. And I mean, he's like,
so good.
He's the cinematographer. Like he's done so much stuff. Going down his resume would take a couple days.
Yeah, I mean, that's the guy. He is the Spielberg of cinematography.
Absolutely.
It's just that simple.
Best adapted screenplay was Call Me by Your Name, which again, that's one of the ones I missed, but it looks like one of those. It looks like a good. It looks very much like this year. They're those good independent movies that are tough to fucking see.
Yeah, right.
You can barely find them.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
I wanted the one that annoyed the hell out of me was Logan. So Logan for adapted screenplay.
Yeah.
That's based off of Old Man Logan.
Right.
And they didn't say it.
Oh, really?
It annoyed the hell out of me.
Interesting.
It was like story or adapted by a story from so-and-so. And I think they credited the writer. But it's just like, no, treat it like the rest of them. Treat it like a book.
And we briefly mentioned how, the social conscious is affecting all this stuff. Disaster Artist. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
When we did the Room episode, which you can find in the archives, I mean, that was the front runner. Right. Franco and Disaster Artist were front runner. They won the Golden Globe, and literally during his speech, all these allegations came out. And it's like, all right, well, he's off the fucking charts.
Right, which is sad because I think that he would have been able to win that Best
strong
Actor.
Contender. Absolutely strong.
Because I do think that Gary Oldman just kind of got it because you look at the field and you're just like,
well, he deserves it for everything else. The professional, let's go down the list
everything.
Type of thing. But what's funny about the Disaster Artist, what's funny about James Franco not going to all these award shows, Tommy Wiseau is still showing up at all the fucking award shows.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they keep cutting to him. Like, he was at the Independent Spirit Awards.
Yeah, of course.
And they just keep cutting to him. I'm like, how did this guy, wow.
He's got a new movie.
He has a new movie.
So we're going to have to do it. Yes. I don't know where to find it, but I just
Fathom Events. The Great Fathom Events.
Oh.
It's coming out. I think I'm going on April 2nd. It's a Monday. Oh. And it's showing like all of like Dedham, Revere, all the local cinemas.
I'm going to be in Austin.
Oh, that's right. That's around WrestleMania, isn't it?
So
So you're going to be going from one to the other. You'll be in transit. But I mean, Fathom Events is national, so you might be able to check your times.
The only thing is it's a work trip, so I don't know necessarily what my schedule is going to be.
I want to say it's coming out on 2 days, the 30th and the 2nd.
I can do the 30th.
So definitely, again, the Great Fathom Events for tickets nationwide for that one. Yeah. It's called Best Friends.
Yep.
And Tommy Wiseau and the dude who's played Mark.
Mark, yeah. I don't remember his actual name.
His last name starts with an S, but that guy. The guy who wrote
Disaster.
There it is. The guy who wrote Disaster Artist. So they're getting back together. Here's my only concern. You can't replicate how great The Room was.
Right.
So it's almost like I'm afraid to go see it.
It's not going to be good and not going to be fun in all the ways you want it to be fun.
And I don't think it's just seeing him at award shows and people poking fun at him here and there. I don't think he takes the jokes very, very well.
I don't think he understands them.
Because they made a joke and at the independent one, and they cut to him, and he didn't look happy.
Yeah,
and he didn't look confused. He kind of looked upset that they were even shitting on his movie still.
Yeah,
Yeah. It is what it is, dude. You're riding your 15 minutes into minute 16 at this point.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? But
right.
he's done it. He's taken what was nothing and now turned it into somewhat of a, at least a 3-month career.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, right.
Do we have anything else to cover?
That's it. I think that's really it. I mean, we have the live action short films, which I always want to see and I never see.
Yeah.
The best.
Do they send those out in any form of screener or anything?
No, at least not. Like, I don't get them as a part of the Screen Actors Guild. You probably would get them as part of an Academy screener.
Sure.
But I do know that there are some theaters that do live action shorts, and you sit in the theater.
They do like a marathon of them. Yeah,
it's all of them, all the ones that are nominated, and then animated as well. So you just watch them back to back to back. So that's.
I was a little upset War of the Planet of the Apes didn't get Best Visual Effects, I'm going to be honest, because I feel that Andy Serkis has kind of been robbed on a lot of his performances by not getting nominated for those. I mean, think about it. Like, him as Caesar in those Planet of the Apes movies have been amazing.
Yeah.
Like, he is crushing it. And unfortunately, roles like that don't get nominated.
Yeah, well, because we can't see you.
Well, come on, man. That's him doing it.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, we did costume design. He won the jet ski. Good for him.
Yeah, right.
Dunkirk got editing. So
sure.
There you go.
Good for them.
Yeah, sound mixing again. Dunkirk, which again I think that movie was made for sound mixing.
Yeah.
Let's see. But also that was kind of a tough one because a lot of people were leaning on Baby Driver for that.
Which is
Have you seen Baby Driver?
I haven't. I do want to see it.
It was the first half was good and then it got repetitive. I felt. I liked it, but I was like because it was a lot of hype around it. It was one of those that was like, oh, this is the best. It's a great. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it. Yeah. I'm like, okay, it's good, but calm the fuck down.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Relax. Relax.
Let's see. Anything else? Makeup. Who got the makeup? Darkest Hour.
Darkest Hour, because they put all those prosthetics on Churchill. Yeah.
Sound editing again goes Dunkirk. That feels almost the same. I know I'm insulting the sound editors, but it seems like sound mixing, sound editor. Just give the fucking guys.
So sound design or sound editing is all of the like footsteps and stuff.
Okay.
It's like more of the
and
Foley
sound mixing
is more of the music.
Okay.
And like how everything sounds.
Dunkirk got both of them.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Also, something that come out of these last few award shows, I didn't realize that Salma Hayek was using her married name, but she is. She's now announced and credited as Salma Hayek Perrant, I believe is her name.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, okay.
Cool.
Good little footnote. I'm like, all right, cool.
Good for you.
Good for her.
Good for you doing things. I'm happy for you.
I guess her husband is really well off. He owns something.
Yeah, it sounds like
something huge.
I haven't seen Salma Hayek in anything that wasn't a stupid Adam Sandler movie in the longest time.
Well, we did that show already.
We're gonna do them again. I got a 5-pack.
I know you do. We're gonna have to pace ourselves on
Pixels.
that. Speaking of that,
Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Did you watch the video? Someone tweeted at us.
Grown Ups 2.
Okay. The how all the Adam Sandler movies are connected.
Joe Dirt
God
2.
damn it, he's gonna keep going. This is what Dice was like, isn't it?
Yes.
Where you just won't shut the fuck up.
Yes. Here comes the boom again.
Ooh.
God damn you. But no, yeah, some guy tweeted at us, and it was a video. You ever seen the episode of Sunny where Charlie's in the mailroom and he's connecting all the mail and he's got it all on the board and strings are connecting everything?
Yeah.
Well, this guy did it with Adam Sandler movies and how they're all connected.
Oh, God.
And it's hilarious. You're connected on the Twitter, so check it out.
I will.
But absolutely hilarious. But the best part about it is the very, very end because he looks haggard as fuck in the video.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to black and it goes 2 weeks ago when I started this, and he's clean shaven and he's watching the first movie and he's like, he just mentioned this. I wonder if that's connected. Maybe I should do more of this. And it's like, oh my, what dedication. Well
That's
done,
so
sir.
funny.
Well fucking done. But yeah, the insanity of the Adam Sandler verse is a bit much.
Pixels.
Oh, Jesus.
Grown Ups.
What are we doing
2?
next week? And it's not going to be anything to do with fucking Happy Madison.
Joe Dirt
Nope.
2.
Nope.
Grown Ups 2.
Although I do have Crackle, so I guess I can watch Joe Dirt.
You could watch
straight to Crackle.
Yeah,
what a fucking achievement.
Bill, what do you want to do?
What are we doing
What do
next
I
week?
want to do?
Yeah,
I don't know.
what movie you want us to do? What are we going to do?
We did get a request for Showgirls after we brought it up on Good Will Hunting.
I know.
So we'll have to get that going.
Okay.
Let's narrow it down. Do we want to do a good movie or bad movie?
Definitely not a Here Comes the Boom type of bad movie.
You want to do one of my personal favorites, Kung Pao,
Love
Enter
Guru?
the Fist?
The Love Bill doesn't get a vote. Kung Pao, I haven't seen.
You haven't seen Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
Are you deciding to do a good one or a bad one?
I don't know.
I don't know. Throw out movies.
Oh, wait. No, maybe I did. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
That's the one where it's the Kung Fu movie, but the guy has like a face on his tongue.
So maybe not.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
You're going to hate me.
Yeah, no, this isn't what I was thinking of. What the hell was I thinking of?
The Miami Connection.
No, it was Kung
Fury.
Let me see. I saw it in theater like a bunch because I was working at a movie theater. Kung Fu Hustle is what I was thinking.
I liked Kung Fu Hustle.
Never seen
that. Was a really good movie.
I really liked that.
That's a really good movie. Kung Pao Enter the Fist. Not that movie.
All right, let's lean more on the Kung Fu Hustle side as a Kung Fu Panda side.
Have you seen Ong Bak?
No. What is it?
It's a martial arts movie.
A word?
Yeah, it's a Thai martial arts movie.
How do I spell Ong Bak?
Ongbak.
Ongba. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it is a martial arts film about a man who is in a poor Thai village.
Okay.
And these people come in and cut the head off of their Buddha deity, I think. I think it's Buddha. It might be somebody else. It might be Rama. Mm-hmm. But they cut off the head of this like religious statue. And so they send him to the city to kick some ass to get it back. God almighty. We could do that.
I don't know.
We could do that. We could do The Protector. Protector is about a man who has to go and find his elephant.
You know, I don't think I feel I'm too indecisive tonight. I don't think I'm going to be able to come to a decision. So what we're going to do is put it out to you.
And we're going to put it on a poll?
We're going to put it out on Twitter or Facebook or wherever you can find us on social media.
Dirt 2?
Oh, God damn it.
Pixels 2?
Please pick a movie that I would not go into a depression on. I'm all out of my Prozac. So, God damn you.
Grown Ups 2?
Yeah, that one too. So let us know. Tweet at me, at Mike Wendt, at Liam NAI, at Bill Neville NAI, and let us know what we should do next week for hashtag That Movie Show. Thank you for joining us on this recap of the 90th Annual Academy Awards, the Oscars special here on New Age Pop.
Bill, this still makes me sad.
Where anyone at all from Shirley Temple to Amy Semple is equally understood.